Hello all, this is Kai. First I'm going to be going over the men's makeup, and then I will make a separate video about the eyeliner, and then another separate video about the women's makeup. So to start out, we have a moisturizer that is required. All of these things I'm about to show you are all required for the men. So this moisturizer I got from Five Below. They still haven't have these currently in stock. $5, maybe less than that, which is good for this amount. So let me show you how to apply it. So we'll just maybe squeeze some out across the cheek, across the other cheek, and then on your forehead. And I think people know how to rub moisturizer in. I would really hope so. But here we go. Let's just smooth it out. And yep, I don't know. Yep, there we go. Okay. And then usually I like to pat down so that it's not wet. But that's up to you and what kind of moisturizer you get. Okay. Next, we are going to use foundation. It needs to be your skin color and evens out your complexion. So mine is a liquid, but there are also powders. This is also from Five Below. I believe around $4 or $5. This has a stick, so I just spread. Okay. And then we're gonna use, there's two things you can use. You can use a more kind of brush blender or a beauty blender. I prefer a beauty blender for at least foundation. And then you're just gonna blend it evenly. You can go into your eyes, just make sure it's even, okay? And you're gonna go on your nose, into your mustache and beard, because if you're like me, you have white spots on your beard, so, and your mustache, that'll look weird if it's not blended with the foundation. Okay, again, go into your eyes. And then another thing I've recently learned is you blend it into your neck, especially if you have darker complexion, because it'll show. Like, it'll show if you don't. Okay, I think we're all good. Okay, next step is you're gonna fill in your eyebrows. This is a double, so usually the way I do it is I'll use the brush, shape my eyebrows, and then I'll use the other side, which is, you need to get your eyebrow shade. Like if you have blonde eyebrows, get more like blonde ones, red ones, stuff like that. And I have really dark eyebrows, so I get the darkest shade. And then you're just gonna go over it, especially like if you have some spots missing in the front, and then just trace over your eyebrows. They do not want dark eyebrows, because that's not the arrow we're in. So we're just gonna go over. Okay, I'll be honest, I can't see anything, but we're good. And I got this from the dollar store. I believe it's still in stock. Yeah, it's a dual end, and it's only $1.25, which is really good for dual end makeup. Okay, and then next. Oh, I forgot a step. Whoopsie. So after we do the foundation, we're technically going to be using contour, but I don't currently own contour. So I'm going to use this blush. Bronzer. A way I use bronzer is you're gonna purse your lips. Right here, you're gonna put it. And because it's bronzer, I'm gonna use very little. I'm also going to be putting it in my beard. Just dotting and my mustache too. And usually what you want to do is, if it's contour, you'll go all the way up on your cheekbones and here. And with bronzer, you can technically like go up here if you don't own contour, but I would recommend getting contour. But yeah, you go up here, and then blend into your hair. Okay. We're going to, again, use the Beauty Blender, purse our lips, and go up. You can also go in and up. And circles. Okay, now with the beard, you're gonna blend down and up. So that, yep, there we go. Bend down, up, down. And go all the way up to your ears, because that is where your beard is. Obviously, I hope you guys know that. Okay, the next step, so we filled in our eyebrows, and then the next step is brown eyeliner. The direction is lightly line upper lashes to define eyes. So it's kind of like a mascara. You're just gonna take this, and you're gonna like, I think what they're gonna do, okay, no, I read that wrong. I think what you're going to do is like up on the lash line, kind of just take it. Yeah, let me pull this closer. Yeah, you're gonna take it and go up right here, like you see right there. And yeah, there you go. You're gonna do that to both eyes. The eyeliner pencils I own are very, what's the word? Like smooth. But there are less smooth ones. They're at dollar store, Five Below, really any like drug store. Well, not drug store, but like store, like Walmart, Smith's, Target, everything like that. And then lastly, you're going to use blush. It says natural tone. Right now I don't currently own that. This is the closest tone, but I also got this at dollar store. It is liquid blush, but I also have other examples. There are sticks, and then there are jelly. I don't recommend jelly for this one, only because they're dark and we want natural tone. But yeah, they're kind of like a jelly, like Jell-O, just for future shows. But there's two tints. This one is kind of more red, but we don't really want that. We want natural. So we're going to use this one, and it's a liquid. And what I do is, because of how much is on it, I just do a dot and a dot. And then we're going to, again, use either the Beauty Blender or the brush. We're going to use the point, and we're going to do what we did with the bronzer. We're going to blend up and then blend out. And this might be brighter than they're wanting, but it's, right now, that's just kind of my example. But we are going to be having something where I'll have all the powder and everything. Yeah, it also comes in powder, which I would recommend for natural tone more than the liquid ones, unless you can find one that is a natural tone. But I've personally had a hard time with that. Okay. Okay, that is all for this tutorial. So yeah. Again, let's go over it. Moisturizer, foundation, contour, or bronzer for now. If you find a light bronzer, that also works. You're gonna fill in your eyebrows, brown eyeliner, and then blush. Different types of blush. Let's remember this. Okay, I will next do the eyeliner.